Hey, what's up, everyone? This is not anything like what my mama saw earlier, what she saw, but I'm going to be sharing for this video. I'm going to be sharing an encounter that took place tonight as we were headed back home. This was around 1 a.m., just a couple of minutes before 1 o'clock. So, as we were heading down Highway 231, almost to back to our property, across the small bridge, and Mama saw a creature that she said reminded her of something prehistoric. She said it just darted across the road, appeared out of just out of nowhere, just started running across the road. And she said it ran faster than anything should be capable of running. In less than a second, it was from one side of the road to the other. She said nothing could run that fast. And then stop on the other side in the field, and was about a foot and a half or 2 feet maybe above the grass, the tall grass, its head. She said it was just its body, it was just hovering. And she said it was almost like something that was just constantly just moving. She saw this creature with sort of a long face or long head that had the head of like an anteater. She said it reminded her of what I documented on my strange creature. The strange creature that I documented. This is other crap. Hold on. Someone else's stuff, but I can't find anything that even remotely matches what she witnessed. But she said that if anyone knows, has any idea, no, it was not a deer. It was not a deer at all. It took off within a half a second across the road, just a blur of some kind of a long creature that she said it's hard to describe. She said that it was sort of outlined. It appeared out of nowhere and was sort of outlined, ghostly, sort of luminescent. She said it reminded her of what I documented and saw, but it was around 2 feet above the tall grass. And in 1 second, it was across the road and just looking straight ahead and vanished. She said it sort of just dissipated, and it was staring into the distance. She said it was a floating figure, sort of hovering. She said it looked like an outline of a creature mixed with an antelope. A long nose and a long, sort of like not really a long neck, but just a long nose. Then she said by the time it got to the other side of the road, on the left side, it was hovering above the grass. No legs, just a blur moving. Somehow moving so fast that it was just a blur. She said it was like a roadrunner. She said it made her think of like Roadrunner. A roadrunner with a fluorescent white glow floating. She said it had a pointy, long, beak-type mouth. I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it. She didn't know how to describe what she witnessed. She couldn't describe it fully. I'll tell you, the things that I have witnessed, that we both witnessed and experienced, that all three of us have witnessed, there's something else, I'll tell you. Oh, well, this is nothing. This is just not... I can't find anything that matches what she saw. But she said it was hovering, and it was just this hovering figure, and it was just suddenly gone. Well, suddenly running across, it was there. I happened to be bending down to the radio. I happened to just turn the light on and bend down to the radio, and when you're not expecting something like this, when you're paying no attention to it, that's when this stuff happens. I made a previous video already documenting this situation. But it wasn't described correctly, so I never did post it. But I looked at the radio, and when I looked down and had the light on, had the overhead light on the vehicle, that's when it happened. She said it took off across the road, just out of nowhere, like it had been running faster than anything should possibly be capable of running. Had a long face, antelope-like face, she said, but there are no antelopes around here at all. And she said it had sort of a beakish looking, like a pointy, long beak type mouth. It was floating, just hovering, like a roadrunner with a fluorescent white glow. It's almost indescribable. Taking off, running across the road at indescribable speeds, stopping, freezing across the road. She got chills every time she described it. And just looking off into the distance. And there was an 18-wheeler truck behind us. She almost stopped, and then she kept going. It was so sudden. Just about like similar to a time when she experienced a ghost horse when she was driving back home. My granny was in the passenger side sleeping, and Mama heard this horse running upon her, galloping closer and closer and closer and closer, and she saw it. She actually swerved to miss that horse, and it vanished. And interestingly enough, as we were heading down Highway 231 to go pick up Daddy from work, and this was at 2:13 a.m. Friday night into Saturday morning, this Saturday. That's 2 occurrences from this weekend. We saw this woman, well, Mama did. I didn't see the person. Both times Mama saw this, but I didn't. We both thought maybe the woman was in distress, but I looked in the mirror, I didn't see anyone. And she saw a woman that was just suddenly there, walking along the side of the road. She held her hands to her chest, and she had jet black hair, was staring at Mama, and wearing white pants. From what I remember, white pants. She said it was white pants, jet black hair, and I forgot what color the shirt was, or the sweater was. And she was staring right at Mama, and we thought, well, maybe if it wasn't a spirit, or which I don't think it was Lady White situation. I don't think it was that, but if it wasn't a spirit, then maybe if someone was in, just going out for a midnight stroll or midnight walk, but I don't think so. Someone was just going out for a walk at 2:13 a.m. Not a midnight walk. That's just an old saying. But 2:13 in the morning. Interestingly, it was 2:13, so it's sort of like an anagram for 231. Just kind of turn the letters around. Turn the numbers around, and 2:13 a.m. is 231, Highway 231. Kind of interesting. And it was around that time, and I know it was that time because the clock on the radio was 3 minutes fast. So, because it said 2:16, that would be 2:13. And it was at that time that she saw what she saw, that girl or woman. And I don't know if someone might have been I hope they weren't getting away from an abusive situation, or just walking down the road because they needed to get away, or just maybe they were just taking a walk. I don't know, but it was really kind of creepy to think about. I don't know of anyone around this area going for a walk that time of the morning. I go outside at all hours of the night and day, but still, hopefully, it's very, very strange. That's all I can say. I didn't see anyone when I looked in the rearview mirror. I looked around, didn't see anyone, so I assumed it was for her to see. Right at that time, I turned on the overhead light again, and I looked down at the radio to mess with the radio for the FM transmitter. I was going to transmit the audio from the phone over to the Bluetooth receiver, the FM transmitter, to transmit it to the radio. And right as I was fumbling with that happened. Mama witnessed it. And then she witnessed this creature. Sort of like an SW situation. I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I mean. Skin. One of those things. Walker. Yeah, let's say that. instead of saying it together, because they say don't bring the name up, but so I just try to say it separately. Anyway, she witnessed that this weekend, those two situations. One Friday night, 2:13 a.m., the other one, 12:56 a.m., almost 1 a.m. in the morning. So, just thought I'd share that. Peace. Signing out. Share your own encounters, and also please tell me what you think that creature was. It was not a deer. It was not anything that is normally around. That is not any, from her description, she was telling me that is not anything like that. It was more like an antelope-looking roadrunner type, just floating, hovering. She saw no legs. She said it was moving so fast it was like a blur. She said it was like a blur of an object just hovering. Appeared out of nowhere, taking off across the road, went to the field, went to the field to the left of us, and then just was hovering there with its neck up above like 2 feet above the grass. Tall grass, just hovering. She said it was almost like hovering. She said it was quite freaky, and she got chills every time she mentioned it. So, peace, signing out. Give your thoughts. What do you think these situations were? Much love. Signing out, everyone. Give me your thoughts.